Welcome back, everyone, to part two of our podcast with Amanda Younts from Oklahoma. And she is a specialist in midlife transformation. What a conversation we're having. It's absolutely amazing. We've discussed grief and trauma. We've discussed, well, what does midlife transformation mean? Anyway, lots. Please, if you haven't watched part one, go back and watch it. So, Amanda, question for you. What does it mean to be the CEO of your life?
It means to take ownership and don't um, wait on someone else to do it for you,
Uh,
and to not wait on society to give you permission. It
okay.
also means to break out of the titles. Um, we talked about this in part one, but the titles we have been assigned, whether we've assigned them ourselves or by other people, to move into people first language as opposed to referring to ourselves as just a mother, just a teacher. I work, obviously in education with a lot of people that don't view the role as important, or females that now in midlife, their kids have grown up and they've gone on to university and are making their own lives. And that identity and construct of who they were is lost because it was so wrapped up in being a mother, which is
Yes.
such really the biggest role someone can play, right? You were the
Yep.
CEO
Absolutely.
of a household.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's key. As a teacher,
Mhm.
you impacted 150 lives a year. I mean,
Mhm.
these are really important things that people don't give enough credit to themselves to be able to move forward and try new things, try new hobbies, apply for a new job, make new friends. So when you get that kind of confidence and power and agency to step out there as the CEO of your life, then let's redesign. And let's not wait on again,
Mm.
retirement or someone to
Mm.
give us permission. If you want to start a book club, if you want to start a podcast, do it. Have that confidence and faith in yourself, and let's build
Yeah.
the steps to get you there.
So, all of our research and experience is that very few people can be the CEO of their life because they have so many fears
Mhm.
embedded in their selves. So, what fears are you finding that people have so that they're having difficulty being the CEO of their life? What do you find?
Currently, it's finances. I mean, we are in a
Oh.
with that scarcity mindset a lot of times of
Mhm.
finances, but also understanding in America, the American dream is more um more
Yeah,
things, as
yeah.
opposed to more contentment and more
Mm.
relationships.
Mhm.
So we've lost a lot of that and a lot of that connection, striving to have possessions instead of authentic relationships. Then you get into the fear of failure because as kids, we used to have free reign to go play and try new hobbies and try new activities and be creative. And by third grade, fourth grade, when standardized testing and standardized grade reporting starts, you're roped into make your grades, pass your tests, go to college, get the job, as opposed to just being able to have fun in a hobby and maybe not be the best at it. But we
Mhm.
don't give people permission to not be exceptional at everything. That's
Mhm.
a lot of where some of that shame comes in of, well, I'm not the best person in my basket weaving class, so I'm not going to keep going back. Even though it's fun and it's relaxing and it
Mhm.
brings me joy, there's that shame surrounding, well, dating all the way back, some of those internal fears of failure and not being perfect and some of
Mhm.
just kind of those underlying things we've got to work through and give people permission that you don't have to be perfect on everything to do it.
Yeah. So many thoughts are swirling. You know, people who grew up in households where they were told that they were black sheep and, when are you going to measure up? When are you going to be as good as the kid down the road? And so all of those are ingrained in the cells. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So much of that family systems work.
sorry, yeah. And I know in India, for example, uh, for women, it's still difficult for women to be counted
Right.
and stand up and be counted. It's changed since I first went there in 2010, but I still feel it with our students and my clients in India that the women still don't feel that they are equal to men in that country and in other countries. I'm not just picking on India, but so there is that. Oh well, I'm not good enough. I'll let my husband do it.
Right.
I'll let my husband take care of the household. Yeah.
Actually, it's a family upbringing and cultural things because
Mhm.
I have seen in like families in here why women's depend upon always. For example, I'm giving you, you want to buy land, for example, as a young 20-year-old, 25-year-old young girl, because you are successful in your career. Yeah, you want to buy some car, luxury. Yeah, you want to buy something very expensive. So why you are asking again always your boyfriend or men's? Why you are not taking your own decision? Why you are not ready to lose yourself? Then you again stand up. That is very important for women rising. I have
Mhm.
noticed because I have seen, and I always angry with my sister also. Why you are asking always husband and you take your own decision. This is your life.
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
the main reason. That is, I
That's
have
a
seen,
really good point.
I
Yeah.
have my
That's great.
one, two, three aunties also. They are very, when I was very young, small kids, they are in very big position in government department or like private. But whenever I went my friend house or so, see my aunties, they are giving so much importance to the husband. They are not,
Oh.
they are not understand their own talent and power.
Mhm.
Why you are not understanding? You are the mayor of the city, so you have caliber. But you again still depend upon your husband each and every. If you are buying a fork, also you are asking, should I buy or not? That is a problem
Yeah.
actually.
It really is. I agree. And there's fear around decision making too, isn't there?
Hmm.
A fear of making the wrong
Yes.
decision. Well, there's no such thing as making a mistake. You are enjoying the experimentation, right? Of
Yes.
your life. So let's move along here now to the question of what does work life balance look like to you?
Well, that is something I am continuing to work on, right? So it's a myth that does not exist within the system of wellness. A lot of research and universities have put out different models on wellness, and consistently across the board, there are 8 domains of wellness. And employment and occupation is one of those 8 within the circle of wellness. You don't have, here's your wellness and your life, and here's your work over here. They're integrated. And so, therefore, that's where the balance has to come in. But no one has really approached the model that way, which is why people continue to be frustrated of I can't achieve that balance because I might have, like we said, a great vacation. I got that self-care in, but then I leave all that behind when I go back to work rather than bringing the feelings the emotions, the routines, the small micro habits that you could do to recharge daily into that life.
Yeah, good point. So, what's the main message there?
The main message being we have to model it from the top. A lot of organizations and companies now realize wellness and mental health and employee well-being is critical, right? How you recruit, you
Yeah.
retain, you want to keep your employees loyal to your organization. So they slap it on a website or a job board, but it's getting into the actual actions. Do your actions every day, not one time a year for a Christmas bonus or a summer retreat, but it is the day in, day out of how we interact with people and the actions and behaviors that we promote and encourage within our organization. And that is ongoing wellness, starting from how you communicate, how you expect, and when you expect people to respond to emails, internal work. It's just all
Wow.
of those systems that we could go deep on for a long time, but just scratching the surface of modeling true wellness.
Oof. Difficult to find people who do that.
It is. And it leads into a look at kind of that masculine and feminine energy. Not so much a difference in a male female leader, but the energy you're bringing, because as a leader, as a boss, you have to be the hard, kind of authoritarian and very to do, task oriented, not playing into the feelings, the emotions. But again, we're not robots. We're human beings, and that's the difference in the workforce now. We have AI that can help a lot of workflows and automate tasks and take things off of us. But the human emotion is where we have to pick up in leadership. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. So, how possible is it for you to share in 5 minutes your authentic leadership framework, or should we take that discussion on another day?
I can do it in 5 minutes,
Okay.
because it comes back to so much of what we've already talked about being you
Okay.
have to get down to your core construct of how do you see yourself? How do you refer to yourself? And what are your core values? And not the core values of your organization or your spouse, your partner, your church, yours, because that's where the discord in life comes, is we're showing up at places that don't mesh with who we are. And maybe they used to, and those things have changed and evolved as we as individuals have grown and changed, or companies have just shifted based on leadership changes. But you have to know who you are and control that. And so from there, then you set up your wellness activities. What can recharge you to bring about the work-life balance?
I'm taking notes. Yeah.
We tend to lump everything under anxiety, stress,
Yeah.
kind of those big three concepts. And it's not always, so you can't always feel that with meditation. I meditate a lot. It works for me. But are we truly picking the activity that is going to help us with our own angst and what we're struggling with, rather than just a blanket universal problem solver? So it's going into not a prescriptive plan. It is a unique individual plan.
Yeah. Well, we certainly believe here, excuse me, the power of meditation to
Yes.
bring peace and calm. And when we're in that state of peace and calm, we can make better decisions, right? But also to change the energy within an organization. Everyone there should be doing some sort of meditation daily. But then, as you pointed out, that's one thing. The other thing is love and action, you know. What is your love and action plan? Taking the knowledge and wisdom you get from your meditation or from your reading or from, you know, networks that you belong to, and making that shift. And what I've noticed in our work is that when you start making that kind of authentic shift, some people in your organization are going to leave because they can't handle the new frequency, the new vibration. And that's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. If they want to go, thank you for your hard work in the past. We're moving ahead. And so I just wanted, you know, the viewers here to be aware that that can happen. And you're shifting the energy. You're changing. You're going to bring in better people, higher vibration people.
Yes.
Like some people crying for Monday. Oh, Monday, I don't want to go office. Then again, they are waiting for Friday. Oh, it's Friday now, holiday time. So why are you here in this earth if you want every day holiday?
It's true. It's really true. So last question for you, Amanda. Clearly you are very grounded and delightful. Thank you for being such a great guest. What are a couple tips you can give to our viewers on how to recharge? How do you recharge? And maybe they could learn from it.
For me, it's getting outdoors, fresh air, time in nature. I do a lot of my meditating outside now, just to reconnect and recharge. But I know that's not what works for everyone, but people need to find what brings them joy. If it's gardening, if it's housework, whatever that may be, and do more of that, and then build in your recharging practices around it, as opposed to I'm doing my gardening and then I have to go to the gym. No, how can we incorporate it more into our day so that you live in that constant state of alignment. I am much better now, but I will say when I started, I had a lot of visual cues and reminders all the way down. I don't have it either on today, but to a bracelet that reminded me to breathe, to pause, to a necklace, to my desk always has, you know, some stones, just kind of a sensory kind of setup for me to be to that reminder to pause. Pause and breathe before you react. And let's take a few minutes after a contentious meeting or phone call to just reset.
Absolutely. Crystals, right? I got crystals all over my. They're on my middle of my table. They're right in front of here.
I have also crystal there.
Yeah, Raj has got some too.
Yes. So important.
Oh yes, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's absolutely vital. Well, Amanda, I tell you, you are amazing. It was worth the wait to have you on our show because there were so many complications to get you here, and I'm just thrilled. Thank you for helping our viewers today, giving so much insight on midlife crisis, midlife transformation, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.